Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Top Man, and now we have the other two games of the quarterfinals. Let's see who pair up with.
Well, who joined Belgium and France in the semifinals?
Right, yeah, who joined? Yeah, right away we think about
And
it.
yeah,
So let's go for the first game to see. We had England versus Sweden.
yeah,
Thankfully, there was no Ibrahimovic, so there was no post-traumatic stress disorder from last time.
yeah.
But what do you how do you think the game went, man?
Well, England, like you said, without Ibrahimovic, like there was no threatening player, unlike in Colombia where they had either Falcao or James. So England were much more
Yeah,
confident
right.
going into the quarterfinals than they were going into the round of 16, and that
Hmm.
it certainly showed on the pitch. I mean, England were
Right.
bossing it totally. Like the Swedes
Hmm.
had no answer to them whatsoever. Okay, it was just like how many goals are you going to score today? Well, not as much as Panama and Tunisia, but it was just a matter
Right.
of when.
When is it
Yeah,
coming?
when
It's
it's
coming, but
coming.
when is
Right,
it? Right.
exactly. And we had
Yeah.
and it almost started with Raheem Sterling, but dude, that guy,
He's just so bad at
he
finishing. I
can't
just can't even
finish.
begin.
He
I
can't.
don't know why people still think he can finish. Stop putting him in front of the goal. Take him back.
And he wouldn't pass
God,
also when he had the chance, and that was more pissing off.
more
He's trying to
frustrating.
make up for the fact that he can't shoot by shooting. I mean, no, that's not how it works.
It's a good way of putting
Yeah, and
it.
well,
But we got a goal finally, but from one of the most unlikeliest of sources, right?
yeah,
This guy, Harry Maguire, last World Cup was sitting in the stands watching this World Cup, and look at that journey from where to where.
yeah,
It's crazy.
and yeah, I would have thought it would either be Harry Kane or John Stones heading it in, but to see Harry Maguire, it's good to know that they're
And it was a great
it's
header, right? Like
crazy.
it was done in the way that it was hit down
Yeah,
into the ground.
yeah,
And otherwise, it would have been a little bit easier, but relatively. But that was a tough
yeah.
save. I don't think you could have
I
tried to
doubt
save
it.
that. That
It
was
was a
a
lot of power and good position as well, a good
yep.
placement.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's good to see someone else scoring, like somebody new. It's good to know that England have someone else who can score.
Other people who
Yeah,
score, right? It's not a Hurricane
it's not
team.
only a Hurricane teams. And so they took the lead 1-0, and and it was that way, I think, right? Until the halftime, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for the first time, that was only one
Yeah.
goal.
And second half, the Swedes did come out strong, and again, it showed why Pickford is such a good choice.
That was crazy save over there. I
Insane
gotta, I
saves,
gotta say,
man. It was
kept them in the game.
definitely because the Sweden, I think, in the 52nd minutes have had like a chance to head it in, and this guy made a brilliant save. And then he had a
Right.
couple of more chances where it was one-on-one situations, and everyone was so tensed where I was sitting and watching. And but credit goes
Hmm.
to Pickford. That guy looks like
Right.
some. He might look like some Birmingham
Good
gangster
choice. Like
from.
it seemed like it was okay. You know what? I'm gonna go with either of these guys, Butland or Pickford. But in the end, it worked out. Pickford has been showing why he's been picked, and I'm quite happy to see him play in the team.
And it's so.
And then we later
Yeah.
had oh sorry, go
No,
on.
I'm saying it's
Also,
so refreshing to see an England keeper actually make saves. Right? You're so used to seeing them make blunders. It's so refreshing to say, okay,
yeah,
good save.
good save.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
And yeah, so then we had, well, the second goal was
We
just,
had that. Yeah, we had that. Was it? Oh, what's his name?
trip,
Trippier
Trippier,
passed
yeah.
back to Lingard, and Lingard played that beautiful ball
And it was just a
deep
matter
in.
of who was going to score. There were 3 versus 3, and all three were
Right.
unmarked. Okay, Harry Kane,
Yeah, exactly.
Raheem, and Deli Ali. And I was like,
The
okay,
moment he kicked that ball, I was like, this is gonna be a goal.
yeah.
This looked like a proper FIFA goal. I was like, he kicked it, and I just yelled goal. I'd yelled it before it was even in.
It was just a matter of
And
who was just going to put their head to it.
head in.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a perfect, great ball by Lingard, I gotta say. And Delhi was there to finish it in exactly where it needed to be
yeah.
to finish.
And
And there we had our second goal. And after
2-0.
that, England didn't really need to do much. It
Didn't
was
really. They
hosting
just
and
like passed it around, made sure that none of them got a yellow card because they didn't obviously want to miss the semi-finals.
right,
So good
definitely,
substitution
yeah,
by Southgate to get Henderson off because he was on a yellow, bring in Eric
yeah,
Dyer.
and also a good substitution to get Henderson off. Period.
Hey,
But-
yeah, England haven't lost a match where Henderson's played. So
okay.
for
Hey,
football to
fine,
come
fine.
home, they need Henderson.
Okay. For football to come, we need Bamidele.
Yeah,
Uh, speaking of which, so that was the first half, and so we have England in the semis. No one thought this was gonna happen when this thing started. No one, not a single one. But it's coming home. Memes seem to be coming out True. This
Yeah,
is as far as they go. Let's see who they will face in the semis. The next game was Croatia versus.
Russia,
Oh
Mother
yeah,
Russia.
mother. I was like, if Russia gets through, that this is fixed for sure. So
Exactly. We
maybe they
we
heard
had
us and they were
certain
like,
doubts, and they took the lead with what a goal by Sherishev.
"Cha," right?
I mean, insane shot, and I'm like, dope, 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 dope. No, so the way they were running, it seemed like Russia were twice as fast as the Croatians, and
Right, that's what I've been saying. They've not just run twice as fast, they've actually covered more distance than any other players in the World Cup. There is some shit going on. But who cares? They're out.
yeah,
We'll leave
spoiler
that out. I
alert.
don't want.
But
Okay.
yeah, so with
Oh, spoiler alert.
with Russia scoring the first, it was like, could we actually see a major upset? Could we actually see Russia being in the semifinals against England? Would that be good or bad for England? We weren't sure yet. But not to worry,
Yeah.
because moments later, Mandzukic did a low cross, or made a low cross, and
Kramaric?
Kramaric was nearby enough to just glance it to the far end of the post, away from
Yeah.
Akinfew's hands, and it became
So
1-1.
it was 1-1.
Yeah.
And it was 1-1 for a huge period of the game. That was that much.
Yeah.
The second half didn't see much happen.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw against Spain, Croatia had majority of the possession. It was just a matter
But
of whether
couldn't.
Russia could defend as much and like counter attack with Zuba running
Right.
as fast as he's ever run. And well, it didn't happen until 90th minute. So it went into extra time, which was, oh my God, for Croatia, how many of these have we seen? And so
Right.
in extra time, it was Croatia who took the lead with a headed goal from, I can't pronounce his first name, but Vida.
Vera, yeah. So Vera scored in the 100th minute, and then we had, well, just like, so Russia scored the first goal,
Yeah.
and just within 5 minutes you had, but within 10 minutes you had Croatia reply and score their goal. So now Croatia gets the lead, and then Russia was like, no.
And this
Let
was,
me answer back. And Russia
this was
scored
so
within
weird
5
because
minutes.
somebody on the group or something on our
Yeah.
football group said
Uh-huh.
scenes if Russia scored now, and Russia were taking a free kick, and they scored, and I was like, oh shit! The whole crowd went
So,
mad.
nuts.
The stadium erupted. It's like as though
Exactly. It's home team, stadium
and it
goes
was just
nuts.
4 minutes before the final whistle. So you
Right.
can imagine
And that was exactly how we wanted. We were hoping this World Cup would go with
Yeah.
all the excitement.
scored by
So
a
again,
Brazilian.
penalties once again. I think we've had the most. Have we had the most number of penalties? I don't know. It's crazy amount of penalties.
Should have been.
I don't know about the record, but yeah. So then we get the penalties, and
Well, it started off with a weird penalty. I don't know what that guy was thinking. Like, Subasic had fallen, and Subasic was already injured. So we thought that it could actually be Russia's night. But
Right.
he fell, and this guy hit it straight to Subasic. So that missed. And then obviously, eventually, Croatia just won it. I think there were terrible misses by Russia.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
the guy who
it ended
scored-
up.
The guy who scored the header at the end just dragged it so wide off. It was like,
So yeah, the penalties were not Russia's best spot.
but Akinfeev saved a couple of good ones, though. I should say that.
Right, because Akinfeev is a great penalty taker, which we've discussed before, and we mentioned how he's someone who's really good at doing penalties. So yeah, that's it. That's basically what happened in Russia and Croatia, and we have Croatia now facing England, which I honestly believe is a better team for England to face
Yeah.
than Russia, given how Russia has been playing with so much confidence. Croatia's have been skipping through
Yeah,
one by
I
one,
think
just
apart from the
through
Argentina
small.
match, they really haven't shown their true potential.
Right, like they've made it just by inching the other teams over, penalties or
Yeah.
little bits of luck here and there. So I think it's a better chance for England. So we have the finals where England versus Croatia, and you've got
France,
Belgium
yeah.
versus France. So all my teams playing each other. Kind of sad, but kind of excited. All my teams still in the World Cup.
Yeah,
So
it's
yay!
Definitely.
So that's it for now.
Semi-final, but we can't predict.
Yeah, we
Not
can't.
right,
I really don't think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on which team clicks and which team has their day. So I'm excited for the next game, France and Belgium. We'll catch you guys there. Thank you for tuning in and have a great one. See ya. Bye bye.